Yeah, yeah, I'm a bit crazy. I'm not even a bit. I'm a little crazy. I'm not a little crazy. I'm really crazy. I'll keep talking like this to make sure you feel like I'm either unpredictable or paranoid because who's about to get something up my ass. I'm John Moxley, and people think I'm a badass. That's John Moxley, folks. I don't mind the current state over for John Moxley. Of course, if you don't remember him, that's Dean Ambrose from The Shield, folks. Still with a receding hairline, looking like Osborne, just got a 180 and loved getting it up the ass in the penitentiary, folks. Look, I never got the mythos of why John Moxley. All I know is he's taken a bit more seriously than he was over in WWE. And it's like, hey, well, I'm crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm a bit silly. I'm a bit silly. Dirty deeds and crappy rebound clotheslines and suicide dives. No charisma. Oh, yeah, brother. N word. Okay, I did not add that in there, but I'm trying to get that out of my vocabulary because I'm trying to get myself monetized in the future. 70 views, 70 subs is not the way to go right now. Other than that, dude, it's just bad. I have seen most of John Moxley matches over my repeated reviews of AEW Dynamite, and I gotta say how either average he could get it when he's with a better wrestler or just how minimal he is telling over stories. Like, his best matches were against better wrestlers, like MJF and Eddie Kingston. Guys that can actually tell an average story in the ring, had better promos than him, had better fan reaction over him. And now the best semblance of crowd reaction he can get is not with his crappy theme songs. And I can tell you, he's never gotten this theme song where I feel like you can bump it in public and feel like a proud person. Like, you are not going to, people know Steve Austin's, uh, song, like, dun 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 dun. Like, something that feels like a pounding instrumental. Something that feels like you're ready to beat somebody's ass. Beat somebody's ass. But here comes Dean Ambrose's. Like, it doesn't sound like much. It just sounds like an average theme for a Vance Archer or a Lance Archer. If you watch AEW Dynamite, we're going to TBS, bitch. Other than that, he's just weak over in the theme song department. Oozes no interesting way how to talk. Like, bro, his promo style is already weak, dumbfounded, awkward, monotone, supposedly fading into a higher pitch when he sounds like he's trying to get more violent or at least sound more menacing over his promo, and it just comes out sounding weak. Uh, and just his right to get busted open over most of his dumbass matches. Like, the only thing going for him is he's one of the very few notable names over on AEW to actually get some mainstream possibility, but he's just not a top of the card guy. In just the way they even formatted him to be a star, he's not a guy that looks like you can give him a title reign for over half the year, and he's going to push that much viewership. He's had a handful of guys that he's beaten when he was AEW World Champion until he lost to Kenny back at that winter. Like, their uninspiring name for specials on Dynamite and pay per view. Like, oh, Fighter Fest, Fire Fest. Uh, Winter's coming. Winter is coming from Game of Thrones. Like, so uninspiring nerd culture BS. And some of it is outdated, like Firefest. You mean that gone wrong party that got nearly everybody sick? Wow, AEW. How is that supposed to mean that your wrestling show in general is a sinking ship that people put way too much money on, like TNT? That's why your dumbass is getting shipped over to a program that barely anybody watches over to that point until they get one or two decent shows. I'm sorry, but I can understand. TBS is a well-known network, but like we're coming over from TBS into a channel that has movies and basketball, primetime basketball, like stuff that people are going to stop over, stopping on the computer and be like, I'm going to watch a primetime basketball show, a basketball game. Oh, and there's a wrestling show. Oh, well, I haven't seen wrestling in a long time. Like that's a big stopping point for people to watch primetime TV. And if something like AEW is screwing over to that mention, and Moxley is not making that better, then there's a problem. Oh, by the way, he's not a draw. Moxley is not a draw. I have seen many over the Wednesday Night War, and he's been a non-stable part of being part of the WWE, being part of AEW. He just has average, ridiculous work rate, hardcore matches where most of his style never changes up, never secludes any psychology over to the ring unless the other wrestler has to guide him through it, and it just feels like he's going over fake hardcore because his matches already feel choreographed. And yeah, you can say he's a great worker all you want. You guys can never tell me a great match unless you call the other wrestler a great worker for doing the stuff better than he does. And just I can't get behind his promo style. If you have ever listened to a Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose promo, it's the same crap. Like, and it's been the same crap for like a majority of most babyface or heel talkers, primarily babyface. They'll distinctly talk a bit monotone now. Yeah, babyfaces, when they're trying to be larger than life, have to speak monotone. Monotone until they raise over and try to sound aggressive, and it comes up looking weak-fisted and you sound like a regular guy. That's Jon Moxley. I just never found the excitement on why people think that Jon Moxley was the second coming of hardcore Jesus. How Nick Cage punks you. How even on other promotions you're just a stud amongst the rest. When it comes to being an ex-WWE guy, it comes with it coming over to a big promotion that's on also a notable TV network, and you still don't even garner over 1 million. That's a bit tough, especially when you had a full calendar to do so, and now you're going over to TBS and they're gonna call your shit Rampage, and you're gonna be going for an hour and at 10 o'clock. That's not good. Plus, there'll be a sucks video on Tony Khan. Don't give me that yuck mouth white people hair having weirdo that looks like he does Warzone gameplay while stealing money, stealing checks from his father. This weirdo failure can't even keep a wrestling promotion straight. Why was he talking crap about a developmental branch's TV viewership like it really matters? Like, I hate Tony Khan, and I do not like Jon Moxley. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully, you guys take this to heart. I don't think he's the worst thing going, but over most of how, like, most wrestling fans bring him over, they take him like if you bring him to the Attitude Era or any other wrestling show that is going to garner that much more of a pop. Like, Jon Moxley, like, is a cut above the rest or, like, can outshine anybody. He can't. Can't do promos right. His matches are decently average with the tryhard of him being hardcore, and he just oozes no identity. Like, what is Jon Moxley? So, that's it coming from me. Hopefully, you guys take this overly to heart and you forget that and you remember that wrestling's fake, and this is my opinion. And it even goes for guys that I even talk positively about. And there's just no, like, personal attack over to Jon Moxley. I think he's probably a great guy. Possibly has a lot of respect over in the locker room, and he does have notable matches that I do talk positively about. But over most of what I see, over most of the praises people bring for it, what has he done for the wrestling business other than make it as supposedly more niche than it already is, even to this current state of it? So that's it coming from me, and thanks for watching.